atmosphere here, electric. No matter the venue, the home folks love their silver and black. They are fired up as their Raiders get set to face off with the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they're able to get this one across the... Scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A give to Jones. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
It's now 3rd down.
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Carry for the former Buckeye, J.K. Dobbins. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week. And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game. Now Dobbins again on 2nd down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
On 1st down, Carr. Flush to his right. He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. From the gun, it's Carr. And that will be incomplete.
So many times we talked about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Oh, big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. Hard to throw for it on 4th down. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Here's a give to Dobbins. Evades the tackler, and now some space. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 5. Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Dobbins. They give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And
he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. J.K. Dobbins hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers are on the board first here in Vegas. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
He's letting it fly for Cooks. With a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And he'll take this all the way down inside the 40. What a great start. You get the points on the first drive of the game. Now here you get an interception. Look to add to your lead.
And I just wonder about the strategy we saw coming right back at them. Yeah, they're down. but it felt like they were pressing it too much. They didn't need to play catch-up this early in the game, and it ended up costing them.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Morgan to throw. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about one-score lead, two-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
This fielded right at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
It's a big play there for Vegas. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now they'll toss to Jones running left. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
A lot of people call the toss a probing play to see what they can get against the defense, to see how they adjust and react. Their probing's working pretty well. That was a very nice run.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. The give is to Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Just a yard of the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Now it's Herbert. Eluding the pressure. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Justin Herbert. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is down to a field goal. Comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Get ready! Get ready!
The Charger drive about to get going. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
It's to Thomas, who makes a nice catch. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play in football.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now a handoff for Dobbins. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, here's Dobbins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 73 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a toss left side for Dobbins. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Yeah, it's a 4-yard loss. Really sets him back now for 2nd down. Shotgun now for Carr. Caught out right by Renfro. Completion good for 14 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy. I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
This is the tight end, Njoku. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down the 8-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. 2nd and 5 from the 8.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Throw on 3rd and 1. And caught by Thomas. Touchdown, Chargers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. Offense set to get this drive started. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. On first down, Justin Herbert. He's letting it fly for Cooks. It's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Well, Charles, you were so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Michael M.J. Moody. And the Raiders will take over possession here up at the 44. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
He's letting it fly for Cooks, and that is incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. Second half starts with a run by Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 and second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. On third down, Dobbins, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 85 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So pass interference the call, and that does not look to be going over too well on the defensive side.
Or on their sideline, because I believe their head coach is saying right now, hey, you've got to call that both ways.
On first down, Dobbins, and he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41. 6 yards on that last play. Here's second and 4. Here's a give to Dobbins running right. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's third down. Taken in, it's B.C. Johnson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll run on first down. It's Turner, a giant hole up the middle, and he's in for a Charger touchdown. A great effort there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They're down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Herbert. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Herbert now. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Picked up by Sidney Jones. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the interception by the Chargers D leads to a touchdown. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 24. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Taking it about the 1. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough, because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert off the play action. Rolling to his right. He's letting it fly for Cooks. And that's caught inside the 35. approaching the 21. It's a big play there for Vegas. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And the Raiders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
With the score where it is, this was probably going to be 4-down territory if they didn't convert there. But what a nice job of working his way open, making sure he secured the catch, and setting up 1st and goal.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll try again with Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. So a little extra time to ponder this 3rd and goal as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. This is caught. A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's 4th and goal.
I don't care what the analytics say. Look at where they are on the field. To me, that just screams go for it here. I don't even think about putting a kicker out there. What say you?
I support whatever. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Stephen Carter, his 1st touchdown on the year. And the Raiders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. They'll have Herbert try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there, good pass, hit the hands, he just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And this game, it could very well turn out to be the shocker of the weekend. Not too many expecting them to come in here and win. And they're not just winning, they're dominating. And now trying to finish this one off. And that's going to be good for a Chargers 1st down as the tackle made at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a carry for Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Zadarius Smith able to get him down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. It's Dobbins. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves him just short for 4th down. go for it. It's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a third and about 4 more for first. To throw, it's Carr. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Chargers are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25.
Raiders 13. Daniel Carlson sets the kickoff.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Set to get this drive started. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. He's going to let it fly. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
At the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Dobbins. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Now Dobbins again on 2nd down. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. And well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the L.A. Chargers, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Chargers, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Houston to take on the Texans. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, it's just their second loss so far to go along with their 7 wins. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.